Let all things be exactly as they are. Let all things be exactly as they are. Let all things be exactly as they are. He would teach you, but the cause of all suffering and pain. He would teach you, but the cause of all suffering and pain. Understand that miracles reflect the simple statement, I have done this thing, and it is this I would undo. I have done this thing, and it is this I would undo. Let all things be exactly as they are. Let all things be exactly as they are. Well, thank you all so much for joining me today and studying A Course in Miracles workbook for students and the text. We're reading from the original edition here on this rainy Monday, September 25th of 2023. Of course, I'm doing this a couple of days before Monday, actually 3 or 4 days, so I'm make sure I get it uploaded in time for you. Lesson 268, and I'm Willie from the Ozarks. Forgiveness teacher of the world is how I'm thinking about it, because I'm talking to everybody in the world on the World Wide Web. So we're going to learn about forgiveness, which is what makes miracles real. All things, let all things be exactly as they are. Let me not be your critic, Lord, today and judge against you. Let me not attempt to interfere with your creation and distort it into sickly forms. Let me be willing to withdraw my wishes from its unity, and thus to let it be as you created it. For thus will I be able to recognize myself as you created me. In love was I created, and in love will I remain forever. What can frighten me when I let all things be exactly as they are? What can frighten me when I let all things be exactly as they are? Let not our sight be blasphemous today. Blasphemous definition, violating what is sacred against God. So let not our sight be blasphemous today, nor let our ears attend to lying tongues. Only reality is free of pain. Only reality is free of loss. Only reality is wholly safe. And it is only this we seek today. Let all things be exactly as they are. And the associated reading for today is, what is the body? The body is a fence the Son of God imagines he has built to separate parts of himself from other parts. It is within this fence he thinks he lives, to die as it decays and crumbles. For within this fence he thinks that he is safe from love. Identifying with its safety, he regards himself as what his safety is. How else could he be certain he remains within the body, keeping love outside? The body will not stay. Yet this he sees as double safety, for the Son of God's impermanence is proof his fences work, and do the task his mind assigns to them. For if his oneness still remained untouched, who could attack and who could be attacked? Who could be victor and who could be his prey? Who could be victim and who the murderer? And if he did not die, what proof is there that God's eternal Son can be destroyed? The body is a dream. Like other dreams, it sometimes seems to picture happiness, but can quite suddenly revert to fear, where every dream is born. For only love creates in truth, and truth can never fear. Made to be fearful must the body serve the purpose given it. But we can change the purpose which the body will obey by changing what we think that it is for. The body is the means by which God's Son returns to sanity. Though it was made to fence him into hell without escape, Yet has the goal of heaven been exchanged for the pursuit of hell? The Son of God extends his hand to reach his brother and to help him walk along the road with him. Now is the body holy. Now it serves to heal the mind that it was made to kill. You will identify with what you think will make you safe. Whatever it may be, you will believe that it is one with you. Your safety lies in truth and not in lies. Those lies of the ego that you tell yourself, that's what makes you unsafe. Your safety lies in truth and not in lies. Love is your safety. Fear does not exist. Identify with love and you are safe. Identify with love and you are home. Identify with love and find yourself. So identify with love is what our lesson's all about today. Let all things be exactly as they are. Love is the only reality. And it's going on all the time, whether you know it or not. So you might as well just quit putting your viewpoint. Remember our very first lesson? Nothing I see in this place means anything. That's what's trying to get us to just let go of all of our perceptions and twisted ways of seeing things that make fear seem real, and realize that only love is real. And we're at home when we let all things be exactly as they are. Okay, let's go take a look in our text reading for today. And I'm not going to say much. I'll say a couple things. But I want to back up and read, starting in paragraph 81. We actually read all the way to 84, read 84 too. But we're going to go back a little further because I really want to get a good flow of this. And I think Jesus talking about it better than me explaining it. Holidaysandobservances.com says binge day is today, when TV watchers and movie watchers are to binge. I don't know how you do that on a work day, but maybe in the evenings, huh? For a lot of people, that is. Comic Book Day, Crab Meat Newburgh Day, and crabs are shellfish, the Brachyura, and you know there's 4,500 species of crab. And then it's also National Lobster Day, and their genus is Homoris, and there's 75 species of them. Family Day, eat dinner together and stay involved in each other's lives. That's a good encouragement. I've got, yesterday was Daughter's Day, and I've got 4 daughters, 5 actually, adopted one and 4 biologicals. And they've all moved off, and it takes a little more effort to be involved. And of course, kids a lot of times are busy on their own life and don't have time for mom and dad a lot of times. So maybe mom and dad have to do a little more reaching out, huh? But it's all good. Math Storytelling Day. Be sure to make math have some value by seeing how it applies to day-to-day life. Math storytelling. National Bakery Day, National Cooking Day, National Food Service Employee Day, National One-Hit Wonder Day, and that's remember long-forgotten music artists that had a one-hit wonder. National Psychotherapy Day, and of course our Course in Miracles is a book on psychotherapy. We're learning how to work with the mind and learn how to let the mind be what it always is and what it knows to be, instead of putting our imprints on it that from the ego, which believes in that we are vulnerable and can be hurt. That's what vulnerable is. National Research Administrators Day, National Tune-Up Day, prepare for winter, World Ataxia Awareness Day, and that's impaired balance, a malady which impaired balance. World Dream Day, reflect on your life and think about what you want. Well, if we're going to dream anything, let's dream of a forgiven world, looking the world through the eyes of Christ. And that's a dream that turns into reality, because that's as close as you can get in this world to reality. And the transfer is now possible because there's no distortions in your dream and reality. World Pharmacist Day. And I want to talk about a Wabash Pawpaw. It's a Peterson Pawpaw, and I'm going to read to you out of it from the Edible Landscaping, ACIM triloba. ACIM triloba. And while you give me just a minute to get open to it, I'm sitting out here in my sweet potato patch. I wanted to just let you see how nice they look. Sweet potatoes are one of those high-calorie foods that you can even eat the vines. They're highly nutrient-rich, and they give you all the calories you need. Between white potatoes and sweet potatoes, you can easily grow all your calories in a small patch of space for the year. And the reason I talk about calories is because that's the one thing that a lot of gardeners have a hard time growing. They can grow a lot of nutrients, broccoli and kale and all those carrots and spinach and everything, but they don't have a lot of calories. But your potatoes do, and corn, of course. You can see some. I think you can see a little bit of my old corn in the background, and maybe some grapes. In the Peterson pawpaws, the Wabash pawpaw, good productivity, overall fruit quality and quantity on this variety is excellent. Very fleshy, 6% seed by weight. Flavor sweet and rich, texture medium firm, creamy smooth, flesh color yellow to orange, fruit size typically 8 to 12 ounces. That's your Wabash Peterson pawpaw. Okay, and let's start in paragraph 81 of chapter 27, The Body and the Dream. And this is in the section called The Hero of the Dream, which is us, you. How willing are you to escape effects of all the dreams the world has ever had? Is it your wish to let no dream appear to be the cause of what it is you do? Then let us merely look upon the dream's beginning, for the part you see is but the second part, whose cause lies in the first. No one asleep and dreaming in the world remembers his attack upon himself when you forgot not to laugh. No one believes there really was a time when he knew nothing of a body and could never have conceived this world as real. He would have seen at once that these ideas are one illusion, too ridiculous for anything but to be laughed away. How serious they now appear to be. And no one can remember when they would have met with laughter and with disbelief. 82. We can remember this if we but look directly at their cause, and we will see the grounds for laughter, not a cause for fear. Let us return the dream he gave away unto the dreamer, who perceives the dream as separate from himself and done to him. Into eternity, where all is one, there crept a tiny mad idea at which the Son of God remembered not to laugh. Don't keep doing that. Let's start remembering to laugh. That brother down in not New Mexico, where's he? South America somewhere. Stefano, Mateus, I think he calls him. Stefano. He says that's one of the important things to awaken. He says he remembers all his past lives, or many of them. And he says, we got to learn to laugh. Into eternity, where all is one, there crept a tiny mad idea at which the Son of God remembered not to laugh. In his forgetting did the thought become a serious idea, and possible of both accomplishment and real effects. Together we can laugh them both away and understand that time cannot intrude upon eternity. It is a joke to think that time can come to circumvent eternity, which means there is no time. A timelessness in which is time made real, a part of God which can attack itself, a separate brother as an enemy, a mind within a body. All are forms of circularity whose ending starts at the beginning, ending at its cause. The world you see depicts exactly what you thought you did, except that now you think that what you did is being done to you. Okay, catch that. The world you see depicts exactly what you thought you did, except that now you think that what you did is being done to you. The guilt for what you thought is being placed outside yourself and on a guilty world which dreams your dreams and thinks your thoughts instead of you. It brings its vengeance, not your own. It keeps you narrowly confined within a body which it punishes because of all the sinful things the body does within its dream. You have no power to make the body stop its evil deeds because you did not make it and cannot control its actions or its purpose or its fate. 84. The world but demonstrates an ancient truth. Now let's catch this. The world but demonstrates an ancient truth. You will believe that others do to you exactly what you think you did to them. The world but demonstrates an ancient truth. You will believe that others do to you exactly what you think you did to them. That's why we want to have the eyes of Christ and see everyone as loving, so we can feel love coming back to us and waken from this dream. But once deluded into blaming, you will not see the cause of what they do because you want the guilt to rest on them. How childish is this petulant device to keep your innocence by pushing guilt outside yourself, but never letting go. It is not easy to perceive the jest when all around you do your eyes behold its heavy consequences, but without their trifling cause. Again, it is not easy to perceive the jest, or the humor, when all around you do your eyes behold its heavy consequences, but without their trifling cause. That you forgot to laugh. Without the cause do its effects seem serious and sad indeed, yet they but follow, and it is their cause which follows nothing and is but a jest. In gentle laughter does the Holy Spirit perceive the cause and looks not to effects. How else could he correct your errors, who have overlooked the cause entirely? He bids you bring each terrible effect to him, that you may look together on its foolish cause and laugh with him a while. You judge effects, but he has judged their cause, and by his judgment are effects removed. Perhaps you come in tears, but hear him say, My brother, holy Son of God, behold your idle dream in which this could occur, and you will leave the holy instant with your laughter, and your brothers joined with his. Let's say that again. Perhaps you come in tears, but hear Jesus say, My brother, holy Son of God, behold your idle dream in which this could occur, and you will leave the holy instant with your laughter, and your brothers joined with his. 86. The secret of salvation is but this, that you are doing this unto yourself. No matter what the form of the attack, this still is true. Let's read that again. Make sure you get the secret of salvation. The secret of salvation is but this, that you are doing this unto yourself. No matter what the form of the attack, this still is true. Whoever takes the role of enemy and of attacker, still is this the truth. Whatever seems to be the cause of any pain and suffering you feel, this is still true. For you would not react at all to figures in a dream you knew that you were dreaming. Let them be as hateful and as vicious as they may, they could have no effect on you unless you fail to recognize it is your dream. This single lesson learned will set you free from suffering, whatever form it takes. The Holy Spirit will repeat this one inclusive lesson of deliverance until it has been learned, regardless of the form of suffering that brings you pain. Whatever form you bring to him, he will make answer with this very simple truth. For this one answer takes away the cause of every form of sorrow and of pain. The form affects his answer not at all, for he would teach you but the single cause of all of them, no matter what their form. And you will understand that miracles reflect the simple statement, I have done this thing, and it is this I would undo. I have done this thing, and it is this that I would undo. Bring then all forms of suffering to him who knows that every one is like the rest. He sees no differences where none exist, and he will teach you how each one is caused. None has a different cause from all the rest, and all of them are easily undone by but a single lesson truly learned. Salvation is a secret you have kept but from yourself. The universe proclaims it so. Yet to its witness you pay no heed at all, for they attest the thing you do not want to know. They seem to keep it secret from you. Yet you need but learn, you choose but not to listen, not to see. How differently will you perceive the world when this is recognized? When you forgive the world your guilt, you will be free of it. Its innocence does not demand your guilt, nor does your guiltlessness rest on its sins. And the last paragraph, 90, and this will finish the chapter. This is the obvious, a secret kept from no one but yourself. And it is this that has maintained you separate from the world and kept your brother separate from you. Now need you but to learn that both of you are innocent or guilty. The one thing that is possible is that you both be unlike each other, that they both be true. This is the only secret yet to learn, and it will be no secret. You are healed. Isn't that wonderful? So we've learned the secret of salvation, that what we dreamed we were doing to others is what's coming back to us now. Let all things be exactly as they are. Just step back and let God lead the way. Our lesson, let all things be exactly as they are. Let me not be your critic, Lord, today and judge against you. Let me not attempt to interfere with your creation and distort it into sickly forms. Let me be willing to withdraw my wishes from its unity and thus to let it be as you created it. For thus will I be able to recognize myself as you created me. In love was I created, and in love will I remain forever. What can frighten me when I let all things be exactly as they are? Let not your sight be blasphemous today. Let not our sight be blasphemous today, nor let our ears attend to lying tongues. Those are our lying tongues. Only reality is free of pain. Only reality is free of loss. Only reality is wholly safe. And it is only this we seek today. Okay, well, let's see if I can finish up our song now without the wind blowing my page, and I hope I can do this. I may have to stop in the middle and rearrange my, yep, I'm going to have to do it right now. I am so sorry. This has taken me a minute, but give me just a minute. I'm trying to shield my paper from the wind and the rain, and I didn't account for this, so sorry about that. I may have to just try something altogether new and different, and I'm using up your precious time. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me just talk to you a minute while I'm trying to get this arranged so that the wind does not blow my song. I don't have it memorized, so, and the wind has come up, which I didn't expect. So we may just have to sing what we can, and how can I do this? Maybe I can move it over here out of the wind, a little bit more shielded. Let's try that. And if the wind blows it up, well, then I'll just have to stop in the middle of the song and arrange again. So let's see what we can do here. Let all things be exactly as they are. 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 What is the body? The body is a fence the Son of God imagines he has built to separate parts of himself from other parts. To separate parts of himself from other parts. The body is a dream, the body is the means by which God's Son returns to sanity. The Son of God extends his hand to reach his brother and to help him walk along the road with him. Now is the body holy now it serves to heal the mind. Love is your safety, fear does not exist. Identify with love and you are safe. Identify with love and you are home. Identify with love and find yourself. Let all things be exactly as they are. He would teach you, but the cause of all suffering and pain. Understand that miracles reflect the simple statement. Understand that miracles reflect the simple statement. I have done this thing, and it is this I would undo. I have done this thing, and it is this I would undo. I have done this thing, and it is this I would undo. Let all things be exactly as they are. Let all things be exactly as they are. Let all things be exactly as they are. Thank you again so much for joining me on this rainy, windy, cool September day. Try to step back and just let things be. Don't put your meaning on them. Don't be a meaning maker. Let the Holy Spirit give you the meaning that it truly has. Until we meet again, tell yourself often today, every hour of the day, try to bring it to your memory and find something to give thanks about to the point of making you smile. And tell yourself, let all things be exactly as they are. And be sure to do your 2 longer periods of practice in the morning and the evening for a few minutes of sitting in the quiet and let your thoughts be still. Enter into that quiet place and come out of it with the thought, let all things be exactly as they are.